and get a little tipsy, and we might talk politics. So really look out.
You know, not to talk shit on our president, but
Donald Trump's a racist.
Donald Trump is trying to start World War III.
I don't like him. I despise Donald Trump. This is what I think about Donald Trump.
Trump supposedly has ties to Jeffrey Epstein.
I'm pissed! Donald Trump's president!
Minging on because Trump's president. I'm sick and tired of people being like, Trump's this, Trump's that, and it's like, where's the proof?
You want my opinion on Donald Trump? I don't like him. Like, I'd almost think that Donald Trump's running for president as a joke. You know, I tried to give Donald Trump the benefit of the doubt when he took office, but I despise Donald Trump. Do you think when Donald Trump finds out that Americans spent $53.3 billion on cannabis last year, that may get the gears in his tiny little brain turning? Now, Donald Trump's tiny hands have been handed a big responsibility.
Watching the libtards cry because Donald Trump is the next president is like watching Jessica Boyle break down and cry over me on camera because she's too drunk. It's hashtag priceless.
And what the hell is with Donald Trump bombing Syria? Did Syria do anything to the United States personally?
Not that I know of.
Right? It's like Alex said, dude. It feels like Donald Trump is trying to start World War III. As long as Donald Trump doesn't start World War III and IV, we should be good. And what did I say on YouTube when Trump got elected? I said, as long as he doesn't try to start World War III, we should be fine. This is exactly what Trump wants. Trump wants you to retaliate so he can have an excuse to start war.
And they showed me the truth, you know? Joe Biden's trying to start World War III while he's still in office.
In the meantime, Donald Trump is being redunculous.
I mean, it just shows you what a huge knucklehead Donald Trump is.
Who the fuck is Donald Trump? He's a fucking chump. You know, Donald Trump is like Richard Nixon and George Bush Jr. rolled up into one president. Twice as crooked and equally as retarded. My trolls make Trump look smart.
And quite frankly, I'm sick and tired of people being like, Trump's this, Trump's that, and it's like, where's the proof? And like the amount of fucking hatred that Trump has gotten over the last 8 years, people spending every waking moment comparing him to fucking Hitler.
All I'm going to say is that the fact that Donald Trump is discriminating against transgendered individuals is pretty fucking messed up. That's the problem with our society. You say you don't date transgenders, people call you a transphobe. You sit there and say that trans men should not be allowed to compete against biological women because of the unfair genetic advantages. You get called a transphobe. Fuck that.
And that's another thing Trump is going to do. He's going to make it so, like, these people cannot compete alongside women because, quite frankly, it's unfair. Okay? Stop forcing people to accept LGBTQ+, and stop forcing people to like identify as it. It's like, well, you're trans. Good for you. Do you have lady parts now? You don't. Back to the men's locker room with you. Trump's reform policy for transgender affirming care is going to piss a lot of people off. But here's the thing of it. I actually agree with it. It's not transphobic. It's common sense.
You know, Hugh Hefner and Donald Trump, you could say they both admire the female body, yes. But at least Hugh Hefner was classy about it, you know. Okay, any woman who supports Trump, that's like a cancer patient smoking cigarettes. Like, really, dude? But you can't blame them for it, you two, because Republican women have been brainwashed to think that women are supposed to be treated in a sexist manner.
And the Democrats screamed about what a racist and a sexist and misogynistic Trump is. Now, Trump said it was fake news. Democrats lost their shit. Now when their boy Joe Biden gets a taste, it's like all of a sudden now it's the same excuse. It's all just fake news. Excuse me, YouTube. A lot of people are disgusted that Trump is our president. And I'm like, yeah, but you do realize that Kamala Harris was on P. Diddy's party list, but I didn't say that out loud. Not every radical Trump supporter is a racist, sexist asshole. If Trump is such a raging asshole sexist, then how come he's still married to his wife? Trump's not a fucking rapist. There's some left-wing BS.
Just remember that Trump supposedly has ties to Jeffrey Epstein.
One, if Trump was guilty of the things that people said he did, how come he's not in jail?
Come on. I think saying grab him by the pussy is a lot more vulgar than Playboy magazine. What Hugh Hefner did was tasteful, as compared to some of the tasteless things that Donald Trump has said.
Like, if you hear guys talk a certain way, that locker room talk, as they call it. Yeah. Women talk like that too. They're just more shy and reserved about it.
When Donald Trump said grab them by the pussy, they were so fucking triggered. Like, oh my God. Went off and called. But people went off and called Trump a pig and all this other shit. And I'm like, here's the thing of it, YouTube. How many times have you heard women gossip about a sleepover? It's no different. It's just gender reversed. Donald Trump and his locker room talk. It's so offensive to women. And I'm over here like, women talk the exact same way about men. Considering if Trump was a female and she said grab him by the dick, they wouldn't call it rape, would they?
So I heard Trump wants to legalize weed. Cool. But that doesn't excuse all the other crappy things he's did. Trump added his name to the list of politicians demanding that cannabis be taken off the federally banned list. That's most definitely what's up. The only reason Trump is against pot is because, one, Bernie Sanders supports it, and two, big oil and big pharma are greasing his pockets to keep it illegal. Also, I heard Trump wants to legalize pot.
This is what I think about Donald Trump. Donald Trump, more like Donald Dump, because he's a racist piece of shit.
I couldn't insult the KKK any harder if I tried, because that was pretty sick. I mean, you thought Donald Trump and Lord Voldemort were evil.
Donald Trump gets caught lying about Obama wiretapping Trump Towers, basically making him look like a huge fucking racist. He goes against what he said about the transgendered LGBT community and what have you on his campaign. Does a bunch of shit, doesn't get impeached.
I thought to myself, okay, we had a half-black president. He was white and black for 8 years. You think this would have ended racial tension? And then it did for a while. But then as soon as Trump took office, it got worse. Because Trump is somewhat racist, that encouraged everyone else to feel more comfortable about it. Okay, so I kind of feel like I said, Trump is just one of those candidates people love to hate. You want to blame Trump for the racism in our country when our country has always had a history of it. So one man is literally responsible for 200 plus years of racism in our country. Okay, yeah.
And like, you know what really pisses me off about the whole thing anymore is you can't support Trump without being labeled some kind of racist or sexist, you know.
It should have been Bernie in the office. It should have been Bernie Sanders as president. But we got screwed so hard. I'm not really that big into politics, to be honest.
I'm actually a goddamn independent. Now, I'm voting for Trump in November because Jack Osborne says to vote for him. You think Trump gives a shit? He doesn't. He's got a country to run, goddammit.
And fuck the trolls. Hit that like and subscribe for more.